Well, the Yankees have done it, and fans are thrilled. What's next? Well, there's a parade, of course, but how about in the next couple of weeks? How are fans going to react? Is there going to be a feeling of loss? We're not kidding here. This actually can happen. Dr. Norman Fried is a psychologist, and he joins us now. You have a practice out in Manhasset, correct?
Manhasset, Long Island, yes.
Well, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
A lot of people are feeling high this morning, ecstatic,
yes, they are.
right?
Yes, they are.
Sooner or later, that feeling's going to go away, though.
Eventually, it will go away. It's a two-step process. First, we want to honor the experience, and then we want to help people put it in its place. But first, we have a couple of days of joy. This is a city that's been through some difficult times economically. We have our mayor back, so we're actually going to have a couple of days of celebration. And then there will be a letdown. There should be a come down. These are things that generally happen because even loss finds itself even after something joyous like this.
We're all fans, and we're all rooting. Mm-hmm. But, it was achieved by 9 guys on the diamond. There's like a vicarious joy that we have here, right?
Absolutely.
It wasn't, maybe we had something to do with it, but you know what I'm saying. Is that does that factor in the equation here? Is that going to hit home at some point? You know what I mean? Like they did it. We all did it kind of, but in another more accurate way, they did it.
Well, they did it, but I think that for fans, we all feel a sense of joy that we did it with them. First of all, let's not forget that we won on our home team, in our home field. We, as fans, were very excited for our team, and so I think it's important to take some ownership in the fact that the win is for New York, not just for the 9 guys on the field.
All right, but you mentioned that we are going to come down a little bit. What next? How do we cope with this?
That's a good question. I think that it's important to recognize that there's going to be a come down, there's going to be a sense of melancholy, and it's because there's a loss of plan. Because a loss of plan. We had a goal. We spent our weeks watching the games, stayed up late at night.
What do we do next now, right?
What's next? And don't forget, families bond together during games like the World Series. They sit around and watch TV together. They're not in separate rooms doing different things. Suddenly, everyone goes back to their separate places, and disconnection prevails all over again.
It's nice, like in the elevator, on the street, cab, subway. You can start a conversation. It brings us all together, and now we don't have that anymore. And you know what? It's just a little bit lonelier, perhaps 2 weeks from now.
Absolutely. Strangers all of a sudden become friends. And once this is over, isolation or the way it was, the mundane tasks of the daily living, they go back into place. And there is going to be some kind of a letdown. There are ways, however, of fighting against it. And I think the most important one is a sense of reconnection with others, which means establishing contact with other folks and creating a new plan. Thanksgiving is coming. There's always the football season. Think about Christmas, even though sometimes that's more complicated for families. If you put yourselves together and come up with a plan, you can actually combat some of the depression that may set in because of the loss of this major goal we've accomplished.
All right. Well, I'm planning on them winning next year.
Yes,
all right. That's my plan.
There you go.
Dr. Norman Fried, psychologist, thank you so much.
It was great. Thank you very much.
You got it.
Thank you, gentlemen.